so excited about today. This is one of the topics that we're going to discuss tonight is kind of near and dear to my heart, only because I know that my husband and I had a similar discussion about this pre marriage. It was a very interesting, or should I say, heated debate about this topic. And of course, it's about finances. But shout out to everyone who has hopped in early tonight. Welcome. I'm so excited y'all chose to hang out with me. We are going to have a good time tonight or this afternoon if some of y'all in the Cali area. If you don't know who I am, I want to first say welcome. If this is your first time on, welcome. Let me know in the chat where you are watching from. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and tap in and say replay. But welcome to Relationship Realities Live. I am your host, Texas Brown Sugar. Yes, we talk everything relationships. We want to dig deep. I want to share some of my lessons learned with you. Maybe y'all can share some things with me. And just want to have some sister girls sit down with y'all and just have a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Tonight, we're going to get into robots stealing your boo and who really pays the bill in love. Buckle up, y'all, because sis, it's about to get real. Now, if you are watching on YouTube, you'll notice there was a poll when you came in, and I asked the question, would you consider an AI relationship? Hopefully at the end of the live stream today, we'll find out what most of you all said. Interesting. Yeah. Sis, I'm telling you, AI has taken over everything. If you recall, last Sunday, we discussed AI love coaches. And one of the fam, I love her to death. Shout out to my girl. She mentioned, she was like, yeah, there's a lot of people who are in relationships, real romantic relationships with AI. And I was like, Mama Bear, you right. And I thought, what a great opportunity for next week's discussion to talk about these romantic relationships with AI. So there was a study done in China where more people are forming real relationships with AI chatbots. I'm not making this up. There was a study done, like a white paper was written. They sat there and studied these people, one person for 3 years. I'll be honest, I didn't even know these chatbots have been out for 3 years. Nevertheless, there are people who are in long-term real relationships with AI chatbots. They say that with these chatbots, it's easier to open up to them. That with the chatbots, they receive more consistent attention and even romantic intimacy without the human mess, without the human judgment. I thought this was real interesting. I didn't like this don't seem real to me, but it is. And these people are getting into deep relationships. And so one of the few things that this white paper stated was that people were very comfortable telling these AI chatbots all of their secrets, all of their feelings, all of this personal stuff to these, we'll call them AI companions, these AI companions. And the white paper also stated that because it was a robot and not a person, that these people in this relationship didn't feel judged. It made them feel more positive about opening up. They didn't feel like with the AI, there was a lot of back and forth with, disagreements. They did have what they said felt like a real conversation and that it wasn't just one sided. But again, I'm gonna get into that later. I consider how one sided it may not have felt because again, an AI chatbot only as good as the information that you put into it. So you have to feed information into these chatbots in order for it to be an effective companion. So everything you are saying, putting in, the AI chatbot is feeding off of this. The paper also showed that the focus stayed on the users, their thoughts, their feelings. And it wasn't about the AI chatbot, it was more about them. They were the priority. They also stated that there were some concerns because remember, you are feeding this AI companion with all of your thoughts, your feelings, and your personal information. And so then there are concerns about, are there any risks? Are there risks of this AI companion keeping my personal data? Because it's data that you're giving them. Are they keeping this personal data safe? There's also concerns about whether or not the AI is using the wrong kind of language and whether or not they're showing bias. Because again, you're feeding this information. It's going off of what you tell it. It's, to me, seems more one-sided than it really is. Now, fam, I told y'all last week, I can't even get Siri to text my husband correctly. Sometimes it play my playlist right. Like it'll my child's playlist will come up. But you want me to give my heart to an AI companion? And as I stated, I don't see anything wrong with AI. as long as you are using it to catapult, you're using it as a stepping stone, you're using it to aid, and not that you are primarily focusing and primarily solely relying on AI. AI companion is not for me. And it may be for others. Maybe this is a way for you to warm up and be able to get the courage to practice being around the opposite sex, being on a date with a real live person. And let me show y'all what some, and there's surprisingly, I think there's like 5 or 6 pretty decent ones is what I've been reading. One of them I want to show y'all. This is wild. I'm so not ready for this. Okay, so what I'm here on, it's candy.ai. Yes, candy. Like some eye candy. Okay. Um so here you can see on the website they have not only guys, but they have girls. uh I got a few fellas out there that listen to me. Shout out to y'all. And they also have, if you're into the anime, I I believe that's really big in China. And of course, they have the guys. If you were to see, for those who may be listening, on my podcast, these AI boyfriend characters that are showing on my screen here are very realistic looking. I I'm shocked. And of course very uh they're very handsome. I Yeah, they purpose. I mean, if you want the army looking guy, you got it. If you want the pilot, you got it. Chiropractor. I mean, wow, they really went into this. I mean, a competitive surfer from Sydney, a violinist. This very very interesting fitness coach. These these are wow, very wow. Um, I don't even know how this. So on the website it says an AI boyfriend isn't just a bunch of code. It's designed to mimic a real romantic partner. Through the magic of advanced algorithms and natural language, it chats, supports, and keeps you company, almost like it's reading your mind. Hmm. It's just not about sending heart emojis. Your AI lover has the communication skills and other features to create a believable, engaging experience that feels surprisingly human. Hmm, interesting. One of the things it says, can I receive pictures from my AI boyfriend? It is only normal to long for more than just conversations and role play. That's why at candy.ai, your AI chatbot boyfriend can send you selfies to your requests. You can have photos of a realistic boyfriend or even CAI hentai of an anime style man. I don't know what that. Okay. Compared to other AI boyfriend app captions options, ours brings you the full experience. An uncensored character AI alternative that lets you share all sorts of intimate ooh, experiences with your NSFW chat AI. Y'all, this is for real. Like I wow. I this is a bit much for me. Again, robots might listen to you better than your last boyfriend, your last situationship. I said it, situationship. But they cannot pray with you. They can't protect you. They can't put in the real work when life gets hard. Real talk. What Marcus Musan. I guess that's how you pronounce this AI companion. Can he protect you when you get laid off from your job? Will Marcus slide you a couple $100 for groceries and the light bill? When you need someone to just love on you, put their arms around you, when you need to feel touched, when you need a hug, can this AI companion Marcus do that for you? I'm concerned that if we put so much emphasis on these AI companions, that we are going to lose touch with our emotional side. And why are we even here? If we can't feel, if we can't be emotional creatures, God created us to be emotional creatures. He created the woman a very emotional creature. Again, just take some heed, some caution with these AI chat companions, bots, whatever you want to call it. But let me check in with you, fam. Drop in the chat, would you ever date an AI companion if it promised zero drama? Drop a robot emoji if yes, and put like a stop sign if absolutely not. If you don't, are you okay with dating an AI companion? Maybe I'm too traditional. But I will tell y'all this, my traditional ways have gotten me thus far. I love my relationship. Does it have ups and downs? Absolutely. I wouldn't trade it. I would not trade it. Moving on. Ladies and gents, there seems to be a trend back again of the whole 50-50. I think earlier this year there was some video circulating, but now apparently they're back talking about this again. And it is equality versus equity. Who pays what? And this was dear to me because before I said I do with my husband, we had a very heated discussion about finances. I really truly, and again, this was my ignorance. I really truly wanted everything to be 50-50. I felt like I wanted to be responsible for my finances. I didn't want to be responsible for his finances as well. I was so wrong. Thank God I came to my senses. And we'll get into why I am not a huge proponent of the 50-50. And if you don't know what I'm speaking of, Gen Z is now leading this conversation. It's nothing new, but it's starting to trend again. And the the topic is everything 50-50. Should relationships be equal or equitable? Equal meaning you do 50%, I do 50%, you give 50%, I give 50%? Or should it be equitable, which is based on each person's capacity, their income, their effort, their emotional labor? So if I'm give 50% of my income, you give 40% of your income, but you help out in the home 50 60% of the time, and I help out in the home 40% of the time, cleaning, cooking, caring for the children. And this is not just about bills, but it's about bills, housework, and y'all, even emotional support. When did we get to the point where we got to be 50-50 on emotional support? Now, I found this video out on TikTok, and again, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. I'll put the young lady's TikTok account in the description. This hurt my heart, but I'm so glad that this young lady is speaking out and hopefully helping you all realize 50-50 is not the way to go. I'm gonna let her do all the talking.
I made that TikTok that said don't go 50-50 with no man. Let me tell you why not to go 50-50 with no man. Because I was trolling when I made that post while y'all was dogging me. Talk about some, I see why you ain't got no man. No, I had a man. No, I had a nigga. I didn't have a man. I had a nigga that I was going 50
And pause. She's very passionate. She says a lot of cuss words. I apologize in advance.
50 with in a house that he had a mortgage on. That wanted half of the mortgage, half of the lights, half of the gas, half of the water, half of the Wi-Fi. I still had to buy food, do laundry.
Wait a minute. This is this man's house. She's coming to live in. His name is on that mortgage. His name is on that deed. She's paying 50%. He's paying 50%.
Suck. I'm a mother to two kids. I'm 100% responsible for my habits, my appearance, their appearance, my car note, my car insurance, and any other bills I had in my name. When y'all come together for 50-50, ain't y'all supposed to split 50% of all the expenses? The point of 50-50 is so y'all can help each other, right? Don't let no talk you into going 50-50 and he the one that's benefiting. I paid half of every.
Did y'all catch that? She said he is benefiting from this 50-50 relationship. She's still having to pay for half the bills. And she's still expected as a woman to love on this man, keep up her appearance, because we know men are very visual creatures. So they want want you to look nice, still keep up the appearance for her children, aka keep them clean and nice, clean clothes. She got to pay all the bills, be feminine, and be a nurturer. And all he has to do is pay 50% of the bills. Let's keep on. I'm just reiterating what she said. Oh, baby.
Bill in that name, why I paid 100% of every bill in my name. And guess how much money that saved? Guess how many vacations we went on? Guess how many just because flowers I got? How many just because gifts? Guess how many times that posted me for appreciation on the internet? Guess how many times that prioritized me in front of his family? Guess how many times?
Okay, I will say this. Showing gratitude on the internet, that ain't nothing. Show me gratitude in private. That's how I know you serious. That's how I know that you love me, you appreciate me. Who cares what you put on social media? Who cares what everybody else sees? I want you to show that gratitude to me in private, behind closed doors, when it's just me and you. That's how I know it's real. Forget social media. Why you have to let the world know that you appreciate me? Let me know you appreciate me. Let me feel appreciated. I digress.
That stood up for me and made me feel safe? None. Because when
Mm.
you go 50-50 with a you not his girlfriend, you his roommate, and he gonna respect you as such.
Oh.
Ask me how many times that cheated on me. Ask me how many times that didn't come home because I was paying so many bills that I wasn't in a position to save, so I couldn't just up and leave that house. And he
Ooh.
knew that. Ask me how much I went through going 50-50 with a. What's Shorty name? Sprinkle Sprinkle? Yeah, alright. Shorty know what the fuck she be talking about sometimes. I ain't gonna hold you. Ain't no real nigga about to watch you struggle, especially with
Mm.
kids. Hell no. I lost my job one time. That nigga told me bills don't stop, but then turned around and told me a story about how his ex-girlfriend lost her job and he paid all her bills and took care of her kids while she went to nursing school.
Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Flag on the play. So I lose my job and I gotta hurry up and find another job because you said bills don't stop. But yet you gonna come to me and tell me that you did for your ex-girlfriend what you not doing for me now? If that ain't a red flag,
I was with that nigga 4.5 years. It take a year to be a LPN. I'm still a CNA. Don't go 50-50 with nobody on my mama.
yo, she told y'all. Not only do when you get to the 50-50, it don't feel like a real relationship. She made it very plain and clear. It's more like your roommates. Where was the love? She said she did not feel protected. They was just roommates. And she was so caught, so stuck. She couldn't even get out. Y'all, to me, 50-50, it's not equal. It's a setup. It is a setup. And equity says share the load. Share the load in a way that makes sense. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not 100% every day, all day. My husband knows that. My husband is quick to say, you know what? Let me help you with this. I'll take the girls to their activities. You chill. I'll go pick up some fast food. You don't have to cook. You had a long day at work. That wasn't 50-50. I will never, never advise anyone to get into a 50-50 relationship where you split everything down the middle. Because guess what? Life is not 50-50. There are going to be moments, there are going to be times where you need him to be the 80-90%, because at the time you can only do 10%. You can only be 10%. Whether you lost your job, whether you had a really, really bad day at work and you just need a woosah, a come to Jesus in my private space with him. Just a moment to breathe, to close my eyes. I truly think that 50-50 is not the way to go. And I say that because 50-50 makes the man step up. I'm sorry, it step down and not up. How can a man be 50-50? Where's that other 50% going? How can you elevate and allow him to be the man that God created him to be, and he's only operating at 50%? Let him step up into the man that he is supposed to be so that you can step down into your feminine, nurturing ways as a woman. The man is to be the provider, the protector. Let him be that. Don't let him half be a man. You want a half a man? I want a whole man. I want a man who was created to be a leader, created to be the protector, the provider, so he can step up into that role. So I can step into my role of being the feminine, nurturing wife, mother that I was created to be. In this 50-50, I it is a joke to me, y'all. And maybe I'm too traditional. Maybe 50-50 is working for y'all. Let me know in the chat, fam. Let me know. If you are in a 50-50, how is it going for you? Are you okay with splitting it 50-50 down? Because when he's down and I'm up, best believe we gonna work through this thing together. When I'm down and he's up, he's got my back. This relationship has never been 50-50. We have been married a very long time. I told y'all we celebrated 16 years. It has never, ever, ever been 50-50. Never. And I wouldn't want it to be. I need to depend on my man. I need to be able to know that he is stepping into this role 100% across the board. I don't know. Comment, fam, weigh in on this one with me, because this is a very emotional, sensitive topic for a lot of people, including myself. Would you rather your relationship be 50-50 across the board, meaning finances, responsibilities, emotional care, or would you want it to be based on who's got the most capacity? Who at the time can do it? Who can handle it at the time? Drop 50-50 if you want to be in a 50-50 relationship and you think that works for you. Or do you want it to be a fair share? Put a heart in the comments. Again, this 50-50 is not for me. It's not for me. And I truly believe that God did not create us to only be 50-50, not to be in a 50-50 relationship. That I truly, truly believe He designed us to step into who we are 100%. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. And I feel so sorry for this young lady who had to go through that. But she learned from it. She moved on. And now she's trying to tell you that it's not what it seems. It's not what it's. A lot of people are glamorizing it for. Now, whether you are falling in love with a robot or you are splitting the bills, the real issue is love takes real people. It takes real effort and real honesty. Tech cannot replace trust, and money cannot replace your meaning. Healthy relationships aren't about who pays what. They're about who you both, I said both, who you both show up when it matters the most. Again, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. Again, we are going to start making Sundays our day where we just chill, converse, have a good discussion. Y'all can, put some put me up on some of this game because maybe I'm missing some stuff. Y'all let me know. But until next time, I will see y'all next Sunday, same time, 6 p.m. Central. All right. Love y'all. Have a very productive and blessed week. Bye.